Hi, party people. How you doing? Longest time. I hope you've been well. I pray that the Most High has been covering you, is covering you in this moment, opening you up to light, more truth, more joy, more freedom, more elevation, more peace, more friendship, more intimacy, more closeness, more safety, more sweetness, more love, more kindness, more joy, more celebration, all the sweetest things that this universe has to offer. I pray that you are enjoying them more and more each day. So, here for a life update, organizational update, particularly for the investors. I'm just in the spirit and just following instructions. So, here I am, just here to share some updates and just let y'all know what's been happening, especially for those of you that have invested in many different ways, from your labor, putting in your labor, from putting in your cash, from putting in your home, from putting in your heart, putting in your words of encouragement, your kindness, your meals, whatever goodness and sweetness you have sprinkled in the direction of NOIR Labs, because you believe in the dream. My heart is full of love, sweetness, joy, hugs, just a lot of sweetness for you. So thank you. Thank you if you have contributed in any way, even if it's just a positive thought. It has gone a way. Okay, I'm going to tell you how it has gone a long way and where we're at now and all the things that are upcoming. So one thing I want to make sure to touch on is New World Haven. Very excited about New World Haven. It's an interactive local storytelling project. It's a model for a number of the things that we intend to do as an organization. So very excited. Thank you to the Mellon Foundation. Thank you to New Haven Arts Council, the Arts Council of Greater New Haven, for investing in that project. Thank you to Tyrone Motley, our illustrator, who I'm really, really happy about. Thank you to Eva Michelle. Thank you to Lauren at Possible Futures, Eva Michelle of City Lit Fest, and Diaspora Con, and so many other things in New Haven. She's really a contributor in New Haven. Just everybody who has supported this project thus far. I know I've been quiet. I've been quiet in so many meetings. So many meetings and so many writing assignments, so many voice recordings being captured in these periods, so many meditations, so many lessons consumed, and videos digested, so many just dialing in into the life. So getting real mastery over myself, which is Portal 1. Portal X. So Portal 1 on Portal X will be self-mastery. So I'm going to tell you about Portal X. We're building so many updates. I'm at a Black Buddhist temple. What is the time? Because I want to make sure that I keep my goal. I don't see the time here, which they used to have. Okay. Black Buddhist temple. Shout out to Sangha House Noah. Shout out to the whole Sangha. It's a loving, sweet, cherished community of Black and allied seekers of the divine. Oh, wow. To say that I am in community with spiritual seekers who are committed to liberation is just a place in my heart. I do it. Yoga practice. Who wants to practice yoga with me? We got to get that structure going again. Get our tonal vibrations up. So we'll get to that. But I was talking about the Black Buddhist temple. I'm not a Buddhist, but when Spirit said come to NOLA, Spirit's been talking about coming to Louisiana for years. Anyone who knows me closely knows like that's been a thing. There's other places that I've been called to, and the time, the time has arrived for us to answer the call to Louisiana to know my daughter's traveling this summer. She's in a really awesome program. Shout out to the pre-college program at Hotchkiss. And shout out to GCI, who gave her a spot to go to Scotland this summer. So really incredible things that she's getting to do and practice and learn and be in, and so much more that I want to add to her education. She's had a really rich education. Shout out to my sweet, sweet baby. Sweet baby. Sweet baby. Shout out to my sweet baby. We've had a chance to miss each other. Because, she is just fully immersed. And I love that for her. And there's some other camps and things that I look forward to her participating in. So if you are searching for educational solutions for your teenagers in particular right now, if you're looking for more structure, more impact, more cultivation, more responsibility on your kids' ends, more cultural integrity is what's coming up. Just you just want to get the kids more. And let's say that between the ages of like 13 and 17, just pre-college age, let's talk. Because there are a lot of resources that we'll come across, and we're organizing things into a particular experience. So I want to share that, what we have learned, what we are tapping into, and what intentions we have for the immediate future and the long-term future. And I just want to shout out YBAA, Young Black Alumni Association. Y'all just came to mind. We have a meeting tonight. Because YBAA actually does a lot of things in education and supporting our kids, in their journey to college. A lot of these YBAA is the Young Black Alumni Association. There's a lot of alumni who do interviews with our kids when they apply to these universities. You know how that process is daunting? It's scary. Like, nobody really wants to apply to, the Ivies and get rejected. So, but everybody wants to apply. Everybody wants to be, among, right? And the Ivies, everybody wants an opportunity, a seat at the table. I want to build us our own tables. But we'll talk about that. But if you're thinking about education, if you're looking for support on that college path, we should really talk. We've got amazing things bubbling up around me. Shout out to Unity by Chizi Raga and the rest of his team. I don't know everybody else in the team, but I know that he's told me about Unity, which just sounds like a really amazing platform for our kids. Shout out to Ife Tayo, Cultural Arts Academy in Brooklyn. They have a platform that I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about, but I'm just going to say that the really amazing things that our communities are doing to educate our kids better, more thoroughly, more meaningfully. I want to shout out the Black Panther Party because this is the inspiration for a lot of the things that I'm sharing recently. I've been hearing a lot and feeling a lot of the presence of Fred Hampton, being called to write about him, and Malcolm X, sharing their knowledge, sharing their wisdom. Amos Wilson, Marcus Garvey, Asada Shakur. Like, we got to honor our ancestors and we have to celebrate our living, right? And one of the key ways to do that is to really amplify their work. And so to feel the presence of their power in me, and as I, my spirit walk has really become about these liberators. These are the divine examples that I channel from. These are the divine examples that make me feel powerful. They make me feel like I can do anything, that anything is possible, that I'm not crazy, and what we're doing is worth doing, because look at what we're experiencing. We can talk so much shit about what we experience now, but can you imagine being alive in the Black Panther era and your government is bombing and shooting you in your neighborhood? Like, talk about occupation. Let me just turn off this sound in the background. Can you imagine, like, your government is bombing? Look at what happened in Philadelphia, the move. Yo, can you imagine? Listen, guys, and y'all know, I know you know what I'm going to say, because if you've been paying attention, you know that that's where they're trying to take it back. They won't fight. They want war with war, baby. They want war. Mm, They're not ready for this war, baby. They're not ready for this one. Spider web. This war. Mm, Spider web. We're not gonna have no way to escape. No. So, Black safety. There's a lot of things that I am going to be sharing with you all. Um, a lot of things that are going to be coming out in the newsletter. I will probably be doing more videos like this, possibly, you know, possibly. Um, I just want to thank again everybody who's invested in me, who's invested in yesterday, who's invested in NOIR Labs, who's invested in this dream and in this work. And I'm going to share where we're at. I talk about building Black technology, New World Haven, and special considerations for working with Nigerian talent. That'll probably be my next video, but I want to let you know that that's something I want to talk about. Nigerian skilled talent in the tech space and the creative space. Building Black technology. So Fred Hampton, rewriting the night of his murder and thinking about what happens when we tap into the science of metaphysics as Black people and we are able to wield those tools to our benefit consistently, daily. So we talk about Afrofuturism, we got to bring it into the present. It's that time. We got to activate that knowledge right now. We have to apply it to our immediate situations. And so the ways that we can do that is indeed through storytelling. And when we look at storytelling and we think about the quantum laws, the laws of physics that state that time, there is no time really, that all the experiences are happening right now. Like, this is some deep stuff that it takes a while to fully internalize, you know, but when you recognize that, even as you are seeking to internalize the idea, when you recognize that, you have to see that you can influence the past and future right now. And so these are some of the skills that are really going to be critical in the coming dispensation, in the new earth, in the new world, in this next earth. A lot of things are changing. A lot of things are not going to be the way that you are accustomed to, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be terrifying. It doesn't have to be about all the things that they're fear-mongering you to think about on the major media platforms, on the mainstream platforms. It can be about what you want it to be about. It can be about your dreams for this country, for your country, for any place, your family. Your focus can be on your dreams and your expectations and your hopes for the best. There's a quote about how we have to stop predicting apocalypse. You know? Let me see if I can find it. But all this sci-fi and all this messaging that focuses on telling us that you know, the worst is coming, the worst is yet to come. That's nonsense. There's no need for us to apply our energy in that direction. We don't have to tap into that. You know? So we must stop imagining destruction. I hope I can find the source of this quote, but it came through Lauren of Possible Futures. We must stop imagining destruction, extraction, deforestation, cages, torture, displacement, surveillance, genocide. We must stop predicting apocalypses and fascist governments and capitalist hierarchies. We must pursue, predict, and imagine routes towards liberation. You Are Here, Poetry in the Natural World, edited and introduced by Ada Lee. Definitely a book I need to get. And there's some books I'd love to share with you. So Black Genius Reading List, one of the things that we also want to share with you. Essence Fest this past weekend. I didn't make it there. I am actually in NOLA. Blackwood's Temple that I mentioned is Simon House in NOLA. But my spirit was not called to Essence Fest this year. So I went to the Maka Walk and all of that. But all of that to say, you know, this work that we're doing it really is about the internal, right? It really is about healing inside and liberating yourself inside so that you can just materialize that on the outside, right? And coming back to storytelling and healing our individual selves as our collective selves and elevating towards the new world and the new life and the reality that we desire, it takes practice. It takes consistency. It takes community. It takes encouragement. It takes support. It takes resources. It takes operationalization. So that's where Portal X comes in to make this process easier, to really be our spaceship to the new world, to really be our portal through which we enter the next dimension. And those of you who are paying attention to what's being taught in the ether, you know what I'm talking about, and you know that the work that you have to do is to maintain your highest possible vibration. And you know that what it takes for you to do that is probably for you to be in community doing the things that bring you joy, feeding your inner child, nurturing and exciting your inner child, you know? And so being able to do those things in community will really help you to thrive and magnetize towards everything you desire. So that's the practice that we tap into in 21 Days to Liberated Habits. That's going to be the end of September. It'll be September 21st, most likely. We always start on the solstice, you know, the new moon, whatever's happening that night. But it's a magical time. It's a magical opportunity. It's a magical message that very much spirit saying, come and do this. So leading up to that, there are things that one can put in practice, that we can put in practice slightly. But in the 21 Days to Liberated Habits, it's daily meditation at 7 a.m. It's yoga, 7:30, and it's co-working, and it's wind down in the evening with herbal tea, a message, a meditation, a conversation. So just thinking back to how we manage our reality, how we get to shape our reality through storytelling. It's so many things, there's so many layers, but whatever you desire, whatever you hope to create in your experience in this lifetime, there's a story attached to it, right? There's a story in your mind about you materializing that thing. You see it. You do see it sometimes, right? There may be other stories in your mind, in your spirit, in your body, your spirit body that don't support that story. So they might be clashing, intersecting. You might be getting bits and pieces of that dream, but then it might seem like, you know, you should be further along. It's not happening as well as it could. And so it's really, especially for us as Black folk, it's really about navigating the trauma, you know, and really like steadying it, steadying that ability to trust, steadying that ability to feel safe, steadying that ability to just relax and to just know it's not working in your favor, right? That is a skill. Emotional self-regulation, nervous system regulation, these are skills. These are key skills that influence our physical health. Because when we could do these things, then we can stable our blood pressure, our blood sugar, our weight, our reproductive dynamics. A lot of these things are materializations of anxiety, fear, of suppression, different types of expressions of fear and anxiety and doubt. But when we trust, we just have a whole different experience. So building Black technology is about building technology that liberates Black people and that makes it easy for us to liberate ourselves and to do it in joy, peace, and thrive. That is what it means when we build Black technology. And we are building Black technology and building Portal X, the platform that we built for the Brooklyn Arts Council that we are still, you know, working on bits and pieces of. It also felt like building Black technology because the leads on the project were Black. Hi. Shout out to Desiree Gordon. Shout out to Roxy July, Executive Director of the Brooklyn Arts Council. Desiree Gordon left the Brooklyn Arts Council and became Executive Director at Yvette Time Visual Arts Academy, which I talked about earlier. So these are true visionaries. These are major, major heavy hitters when it comes to the creativity of the mind. And so to think together on this, and of course, there were so many other people. Shout out to Eli. I don't want to. I gotta get your first name right. So I'm gonna just say hi to Eli. And I want to say hi to the board, Brooklyn Arts Council, all of the different folks who have been involved in making the Brooklyn Innovation Portal a reality. So the technology, and I talk about it as a Black technology. The creative landscape in Brooklyn is heavily Black. Of course, there are tons of non-Black creatives. Brooklyn is super diverse, which is one of the things that makes it the most beautiful borough on the planet. The most amazing creative cultural space on the planet. But it's very Black still. And so thinking very much about how it can serve the most marginalized, how this platform could serve the most marginalized. That was a big part of the work that we did in our initial design thinking, in our early research, our needs analysis, right? That process of that assessment, those questions, that inquiry to understand what is it that needs to be built, what is it that desires to be built, how best can we build it, and who needs to benefit the most, and how can we ensure that they benefit from this thing that we are building. Right? That is one of the first steps in building technology generally. So when I talk about building Black technology, it's not like it's the ghetto technology, it's the better technology, okay? Because the stuff out there is ghetto. Stuff out there is sucking up your data, sucking up your attention, sucking up your time, but just mad disrespectful. Just no respect for you. No respect for who you're meant to be. No respect for your highest self. Just trying to pull you into, all the things. I give shout out to TikTok, and, the algorithm is useful in terms of showing you what you need to see. Shout out to YouTube. You know what I mean? But what are they getting? Like, what is it costing you for them to show you those things? I'm sure a lot of us are allowed to have improved from the things we've learned on TikTok, on YouTube, and some on Instagram. I don't think Instagram has been as educational for me, so I don't know. Y'all chip in, but we've benefited from the information that these algorithms have delivered to us. So let's give credit to that. At the same time, we know the data is gold. Data is platinum. Data is titanium. Data, I won't say data is not vibranium. What vibranium is melanin. Melanin is vibranium. But data is oil in 2024. And so you giving your data away to people who literally, politically, they kind of are your enemies. Like, they're kind of showing their faces as your political enemies, if you think about it. So they have more information. So how do you feel about that? You like that? Is that how you want to go down in history? I don't know. For me, it's not how I want to go down, really. So I would love to take back some of my data. And what that requires is a whole infrastructure change. We got to think differently about how we even connect. How we connect. How we connect. That's the first step. How do we connect? I'm not just saying, how do we connect? How do you get to me? How do I get to you? What are the possibilities for that? What are the access points and entry points that we have that we can utilize to stay connected and in communication with each other securely, regardless of what any of these other people have built? How do we connect? I'm going to leave it at that for building Black technology. I'm going to say about New World Haven, it is world making. It is, I really give thanks to the Most High for giving me this opportunity to truly express what it means when I say world making through this project. I really want to invite y'all to be a part of it. If you're a creative, you're an artist, you have a business, if you want to promote, there are tons of opportunities to embed your products and services within this narrative. And it's going to explode. It's going to be the biggest thing ever. It's going to be amazing because we're talking about an Afrofuturist Boondocks. Starting as a comic strip. My daughter's writing on it. She's already helping to shape it. It's for the kids. It's really for the teenagers, but we're going to love it too. So be ready. So it's called New World Haven. We are in development right now, working on character designs, working on just the narrative background, working on some scenes. So we want to schedule an event for this month in New Haven. So I'm looking to see how that could be, that could be made possible. And just come together and dream together, dream out loud, hope for the best, express the best. What is the best possible future for us in New Haven as Black people, as creatives, as allies who want to see a center that thrives on Black and Brown creativity, people who recognize the importance of like justice, atonement, restitution. These are things that are essential. These are things that naturally the universe will deliver. And so the more of us participate with that and we go with that flow, the easier we're going to find our next phase of our lives as this new earth unravels, materializes. So what our team is now, I just want to say that before I end this, we have Scrum Masters, we have 1.5 Scrum Masters, we have 2+ product managers, okay? We have developer, we have an editor for NOIRPress.org and a team of about 4 people creating content for NOIRPress.org. We have admin staff. We have a lot of different people doing a lot of different things. So I want to share that. We have operationalized our operation, our work, and we want to share that with our community. And one of the first ways that I could do that is by educating, just sharing with them what I know about project management and product development, product building, because what's really going to help get us to the next world, to the new world, to the next phase is these different creative tools that we create that make us safe, that help us get where we need to go, that help us to communicate and to understand what we need to understand. So we need to really get comfortable with technology. We need to acknowledge it as our own, recognize it as our own indigenous knowledge, our indigenous science, the ability to build and design and operationalize things that serve us, processes, tools, everything that we make with our hands from the jump has been about operationalizing our experience in certain ways. And so we learn about that. We're going to talk about that. I have this whole thing around technological thinking that I intend to teach on. And that's the update. So our team is mostly based in Nigeria. So I do want to talk about special considerations for working with Nigerian talents. I've learned a lot. Okay. 3.5+ years of working with talent in Nigeria on the ground. I have learned a ton, and I see the tremendous opportunity to export Nigerian talent globally at a much more, at a much higher rate than what has been done, in a much more effective way, in ways that benefit the Black globe, the Black American populace, the Black American entrepreneur space, the Black South American entrepreneur space, creative space, right? Talent, access to language and culture exchange, the opportunities that lie there are infinite, bananas. So this is how we're thinking, this is how we're building. And so we have 3 software development teams that we work with, and we really want to help those who are focused on liberation to build your technology, to design with you, design your thinking, help you with your design thinking, help you with your strategy, strategic thinking, your technological thinking, helping you to really draw that roadmap, from here to your North Star as an individual running an organization and as an organization, right, that has a particular manifestation, a particular mastery that they're seeking to develop and deliver into this reality. So we want to help you, want to support you with a lot of the knowledge, the creative technology, the spiritual technology, the manifestation technology knowledge, and the actual design skills and talent that we have now in-house at NOIR Labs. We're growing our design team, so if you're based in Nigeria and you want to work with us, please do reach out. And we're looking for more developers, we're looking for more writers, so join the community. We have a couple data people, we're thinking about data. We're going to be doing a lot with data in the near term as well. So if you want to utilize some of these resources, these benefits, please get at us, let us know, and we'll talk. I love you. I appreciate you for watching, for being part of this journey. kisses to you, all of you who have loaned us money, who have given us things. So a lot of you are investors without knowing that you were investors, right? Because you have given things to contribute to the continuation of this journey that you gave freely, right? And so your reward is here. Your reward is here. We do have a referral program if you want to send folks to us, if you don't necessarily have use of our services, but you know people who do and you want to send it to us. Go ahead and do that. Get your 10%. Get your 10%, get your black ties. I'm going to close this by doing my black tie segment because I want to highlight the black products that I love. One is this oil. I got it at Rue on Flatbush in Brooklyn, the vintage store. It's Rue something. I got to look it up. I got to do better. That's going to go in our database. This smells like heaven. People tell me I smell like heaven when I wear this. It's called Mirage. It was on the counter. This ring is from there as well. I don't know if you can see it real clearly, but it says Brooklyn. It's engraved with Brooklyn. I was going to show you my lip bar lipstick, but I don't see it. Hold on. Yeah, shout out to Lip Bar. Lip Bar available at Target, right? So if you don't know how much you spend with black-owned businesses right now, pay attention. Pay attention and try to commit to 10% at least of anything that you have a choice where you can spend with Black folk. Be intentional about that and look for Black folk companies who are really doing their best. They're doing their best to serve and service you well, and and give them great reviews and be intentional. We got to get organized first. We got to get organized, and that starts with our money, our minds and our money. So I'll be back to talk to you very soon. Drop a thought, drop a comment, drop a question. Ask me anything. We'd love to know what you think about building Black technology. What's needed? What do you know about technology? What do you want to know about technology? What conversations do you want to have around building Black technology? Thank you so much.